So we have seen some basic concepts of Java in the last session. So anyone wants to revise those, or shall we go ahead with the next points? Yes, everyone. Just tell me whether you want to revise or should we go ahead with the new topics? Okay, I think no one is responding. Yes, everyone. I need a response from your side also. Okay, this is not a one-way session. You should respond in any point thing. You can chat, you can raise your hand, you can tell in also. So I need a response from your side. So everyone was present on the previous day, that is 18th May, when we have seen the basic concepts of Java, some features of Java, what are the different types of applications we are developing using Java, right? So today we will see the next points, that is the different versions of Java and how the Java works. So as we have seen that Java was developed by Sun Microsystems, right? But now Java is, or Sun Microsystem basically, is taken over by the Oracle Corporations, and Oracle Corporation completed this taken our acquisition on January 2010. That means previous versions of Java before 2010 were developed by Sun Microsystems. Latter versions were developed by Oracle Corporation. Okay, so previous whatever the developments we are going to see, or the different versions we are going to see the current version itself, but जो भी previous versions थे, that is nothing but we say as JDK versions. JDK stands for Java Development Kit, and the previous versions started from 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. So 1.4 was last Java version released by Sun Microsystems. Okay, then Oracle Corporation acquisition is completed, and latter versions are developed by Oracle Corporation itself. So whatever the versions developed by Oracle Corporations are known as Java SE. Okay, so that is nothing but Java Platform Standard Edition. So Java SE, we say now it is Java SE. So the first version developed by Oracle Corporation is fifth version of Java, Java SE 5, and latter versions are released by Oracle. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all these are released by Oracle current by changing small parts. Okay, so current version is 22 and it was released in March 2024. So from fifth version to 22 version, all are developed by Oracle Corporation by changing a small parts from the development itself. Okay. So fifth version, major change was done after the fifth version. Major change was done in eighth version of Java. Okay. So eighth version was or has the major changes in Java development part. Current version is 22. So how many of you have downloaded the JDK? Do you have JDKs on your system? If not, I will guide you regarding this. You have to install the JDK versions so that we can perform practicals later on. So first, let me know how many of you have the JDK versions installed on your system. Yes, raise your hands. How many of you have installed? Okay. Only 2 of you have installed the JDKs on your system. 1.8, okay, you have 1.8, but you have to upgrade it little bit, okay, till 1.11 or something. We are not going to see directly the 22. अगर जिन्होंने नहीं किया है तो वो 22 install करेंगे. 21 is also fine. Okay. 17 is also fine. Okay, fine. So quickly I will show you how to install the JDK versions. Okay, and have not installed these JDK versions, just install it. So you have to search JDK download. You can search based on your system app. Okay, just to go to the Oracle downloads. So these are the different versions. Okay, so you have to download the current version you have downloaded. That is also fine because it will work on all the previous development parts also. But if you have a lesser version, just upgrade it to JDK 17. Okay, according to your operating system, Windows, Mac OS, Linux. I will show you for Windows. So just use this installer link. Click here, it will download one exe file. Just double click once it is download. Double click on it and start installing it. Okay, you don't need to do, just use the next button. It will install it into C drive or whatever your default drive for your operating system. So it will install into C or default drive. Okay, install this JDK version 17, maximum 17 or 22 is also fine. 21 is also fine. Anything you can download. But those who don't have, those who have 1.8, just upgrade it to at least 1.11 to 12. Okay. So this is JDK version you have to download. Now, what is exactly do you mean by JDK? So the JDK stands for Java Development Kit. And it is a distribution of Java technology by Oracle Corporation. So हमें आपके operating system के basis पे JDK download करना पड़ता है. What is mean by JDK? So it is nothing but the development kit. Whatever the programs we are going to develop in using the Java language, that needs to be executed, right? So execution, compilation, all these parts are given here into the development kit with the libraries also. We are going to see what are the different contents of JDK. Then it implements Java language specification. As I said, JDK contains some Java language specification. It is known as JLS. And the word Java virtual machine specification. This is the most important part of your JDK.
चाय पिया आपकी? बोला तो है वो.
Yes, who is unmuted themselves, please mute. Any questions? Anyone? Do you want to ask any question?
Difference between JVM, JDK, and JRE.
JDK and
runtime environment. Or Java virtual machine difference.
We will see that later. Okay. So it contains the Java development kit has the JLS, that is Java language specification, and Java virtual machine specification. It is the most important part to execute the application on your system. Okay. So JVMs are platform dependent. Okay. Why that we will see in the next points. So JVM stands for Java virtual machine, which is used to execute your application. And it provides some standard edition of the application programming interface, nothing but the API. Okay, so API stands for application programming interfaces. So it contains some programming interfaces. Those need to be implemented if you want to develop your own part, that we will see later. As well as it contains full copy of the Java runtime environment. It is nothing but the JRE, Java runtime environment. Okay, so JDK contains all these parts. What are the different parts? Java language specification, JVM specification, Java or SE has the APIs, nothing but the application programming interface and the JRE. Okay, so how exactly it works? that we will see in the next points. Okay, before going forward, we must see the difference between C and Java programming, as well as C++ and Java programming. So basic differences are noted here, like C was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1972. Java was developed by Sun Microsystems, right? So by multiple, like James Gosling is the main one. You can say James Gosling at Sun Microsystem, and now it is acquired by Oracle. Platform, C language is platform dependent. हमने ये already देखा है. Java is platform independent. So the concepts are here. Write once, compile anywhere, and for Java, write once, run anywhere. So it is also known as Vora concept. Okay, W-O-R-A. So Java based on Vora concept. Write once, run anywhere. Types of languages is nothing but the C is middle level language and Java is high level language, because C has only compiler and Java has compiler and interpreter, that we are going to see in later part. Okay, what is the compiler and what is interpreter and how it works. Compilation and interpretation. As I said, C language compiles and it does not interpret. Java can do both operation, compilation as well as interpretation. So it is a compiled and interpreted language. That is also one advantage of Java. Then in C language, you do it manually. What you need to do, that is a garbage collection. Okay, that means free up your memory spaces. But in Java, that will be automatically done. Nothing you have to do, you don't have to worry anything. You just have to develop your program or software. Java will do the garbage collection, that is freeing up the memory by itself or automatically. Yes, Dinesh. So keywords, there are 32 keywords in C language and approximately Java has 50 keywords. We will see the keyword, what are the different keywords in the next chapter. Okay, next chapter or next module will have these keywords related points. Then the C++. Okay, you know that C++ is also object-oriented language, right? Java is also object-oriented language. But Java is high-level programming language and highly efficient for development of robust and portable application. But C++ is not portable, right? Yes, that is also one difference, Jaideep. Goto and pointers are there in the C, and pointers are not there into Java. Okay. So it is C++ is mostly used for system programming, or game development is done using C++. Okay, most of the games were developed using C++ language. Then the platform dependency. As you know, Java is platform independent and C++ is platform dependent. We have already seen this point. I have explained this when we were seeing what is the C and C++ difference. Okay. So syntax is very simple. It is a structured language and we can develop complex applications using Java. C++, we can develop more complex applications, like I said, game development. Okay, but it will have to reuse the functionality and accelerating complex application development. Okay, so game development will be most of the time will be done into C++. We have to wait for that. Okay, because first you need to complete the basic concepts and then only you will be able to start programming. So mostly if we complete the theory part today, because first chapter is only theory, as I already explained that into last session. Okay. Then we will start with your practical in the next session if we complete it today. Memory management, as I said, memory management is done manually. Manually in C++ and automatically into Java. How that memory management is done, that we will see in the JVM architecture, which is the next point. Okay. So performance and speed, slower app performance, but faster development process and time to market. C++ has higher app performance, but slower development times. Compatibility, as Java is platform independent, you can integrate other languages with the Java very easily. But in C++, there is very less compatibility with other languages. So it requires additional softwares, etc., to use those. Lower hiring, development, and maintenance cost, lower hardware performance, and optimization cost. As the same, Java does not have pointers, but C++ has pointers. Okay, and memory management point is important here. Okay, other things, platform dependency is also important. Syntax and compatibility is not that much important, but the three main differences are there. If in an interview you may ask the difference between C and Java, or C or C++ or Java, then you must be able to tell them clearly the platform dependency point, then the memory management point, and the pointer point. Okay, pointers related point, because C++ also have the pointers and Java doesn't support pointers, as well as garbage collection is same. In C++ also, the garbage collection is done manually. You have to allocate the memory as well as you have to deallocate the memory as a programmer. But in a Java, you don't have to do that manually. It will be done automatically, as memory is managed automatically by the JVM itself, and it will be deallocated also as the garbage collection concept. Okay. So Java is mostly used by the companies I have, as I noted here, that is Google, Netflix, Amazon, LinkedIn, etc. And the C++ is used by Intel, BMW, Windows, Chrome, Apple, then NVIDIA, because these are related to systems. Okay, the system development is done using C++. Game development is done using C++, mostly preferred C++. Okay, remember that. Then coming back to the previous point, that is Java platform, as we are seeing what is the JDK, what is JRE, what is JLS. Okay, so the JDK is nothing but this structure. JDK contains JRE. Every JDK has a JRE system, that is Java runtime environment. JRE has the point, that is JVM, Java virtual machine. What are the different parts of the JVM? Why we need JVM? That we will see in the JVM architecture next point. Okay. Then Java class library, that is nothing but language specification. Okay. JLS part, and some Java development tools. Java development tools are used to execute your application. So different compiler, interpreter, how these are going to work. These are nothing but the Java development tools. Okay, so we will see that in a JVM architecture. So first of all, what is JVM? The JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, right? So JVM architecture is most important. If you understand this JVM architecture, you will be able to understand how the program is working, how the application is executing, as well as your memory, how the memory is managed by the JVM. Okay, till here anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Understood till whatever we have seen up till now, the different parts of JDK? Okay, I think everyone understood. So now JVM architecture, we will see one by one. So you can see here, JVM architecture is divided into three different parts. Okay, first one is the class loader subsystem. Second one is the runtime data areas. Third one is the execute. System, what are the different sub-parts of the runtime data areas and execution engine. That we are going to see one by one. So first of all, what is the JVM architecture is? Why we need to use this? So you know that, okay. So first of all, JVM acts as a runtime engine. Runtime engine means to run the Java application. Whenever you are going to run your application, that will be sending you one class file. Okay, the class file gets generated. जब हम प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आपको समझ में आएगा. But you need to understand the JVM architecture first before going forward with the programming. ठीक है. So सबसे पहले तो आप जब प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करते हो तो क्लास फाइल जनरेट होता है. वो क्लास फाइल आपका क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम को एज अ इनपुट दिया जाता है. ठीक है. So it is the one who actually calls the main method. Most of you are from the technical background. C and C++ also has the main method. Similarly, Java also has a main method. Okay, so from where our application starts executing. That main method is called by the JVM. Okay, JVM calls the main method. So JVM is a part of JRE, as we have seen here. JRE का part है JVM. So JRE is nothing but, what is that? JRE is Java Runtime Environment. So JRE is the main, where JVM is just a part of it. Okay, JVM is just a part of it. Java application works on the Vora concept. We have seen just now, right? मैंने अभी आपको एक बताया कि it works on Vora concept. That is nothing but write once, run anywhere. Okay, write once, run anywhere. Okay, Vora concept is this. So you know that it will work. You can write once. Application you are going to write once, and that you can execute anywhere. That is nothing but platform independency, right? So what exactly, who is going to do this part? Why we say that it is platform independent? Why we can write only once and run this application anywhere? Because of this JVM. Okay, so we can develop the Java code on one system and can execute the Java enabled this on any Java enabled system, right? ये होता कैसे है? Because of this JVM. अगर आपने JDK इंस्टॉल नहीं किया है, you can just download the JRE also. You can just use this JRE concept, right? So you can use JRE, download on your system, and whatever the application you have developed on any other system, you can directly execute it here. With the help of JVM, it will get executed very easily. Okay, so that's what I am saying. You don't, if you want to execute the application on any other system, then you have to install JRE on that system. That is nothing but the JVM should be on that system. Otherwise, your application will not execute. ठीक है, तो जिस तो कौन से भी सिस्टम के ऊपर आपको एग्जीक्यूशन करना है आपके एप्लीकेशन का, based on this concept, write once, run anywhere, then you have to install the JRE. Java enabled system होना चाहिए वो, जिसपे आपको JRE install होना चाहिए, तभी आप JVM की हेल्प से आपका एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, so this is the most important part of your application execution. डेवलपमेंट के लिए इतना कुछ जरूरी नहीं होता है. डेवलपमेंट का तो पार्ट है ये JVM. We have to execute the application. But अगर कौन से भी सिस्टम दूसरे किसी सिस्टम के ऊपर आपको एग्जीक्यूट करना है, तो आप डायरेक्टली JVM की यूज से कर सकते हो. ठीक है, you can only with the help of JVM you can execute that. So that is why we say that we can develop the Java code on one system and execute it on different systems. One second. Yes, as just we have seen on the website, you can check here that you have to download the JDKs based on your ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स. सो जो भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम आपका है उसी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के बेसिस के ऊपर आपका JVM इंस्टॉल होता है. दैट इज व्हाई बेस्ड ऑन योर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम यू हैव टू इंस्टॉल द JVMs और JRE सिस्टम्स ऑन योर मशीन. ठीक है. सो जो भी आप यूज करोगे आपके एप्लीकेशन JVMs are platform dependent. That is why we say that JVMs are platform dependent. JDKs are platform dependent because we are using or downloading. Yes, each JVM is different. Okay, Linux के लिए JVM अलग रहेगा, Mac OS के लिए अलग रहेगा. The development parts are different basically. Okay, Windows के लिए अलग रहेगा. So जो कौन से भी एप्लीकेशन को आपको एग्जीक्यूट करना है कौन से भी क्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म पे, yes, overall Java language or application you are developing that is independent, but the JDK JRE system is platform dependent. Okay, Jyoti? JDKs JREs are all are platform dependent, but the application you are developing using Java that will be platform independent. Why? Because of this platform dependent JVM. Okay, in interview you may get asked the question why we say that JVMs are platform dependent. Yeah, you need to install JDK itself because we are going to develop and execute the application, right? So you need to install JDK itself. Where I was saying, where you want to execute the application on any other system, where you don't need to do any development, but you have to execute your application, only that system, you don't have to install JDK, you can only install JRE also. Okay, but that machine should have the JVM. अगर आपने कहाँ पे भी suppose I am developing my application and I am giving that to you. Okay, so जो application मैंने develop किया है मैंने आपको दिया और आपके सिस्टम पे आपने कुछ JRE नहीं है, आपके सिस्टम पे JVM नहीं है, तो वो एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा. एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए यू मस्ट हैव दिस JVM ऑन योर सिस्टम. ठीक है, आपके पास JDK नहीं है चलेगा, यू हैव नॉट इंस्टॉल JDK नो प्रॉब्लम, बट यू मस्ट हैव द JRE सिस्टम. ठीक है, आपको JRE तो रहना चाहिए, JVM तो रहना चाहिए, बिकॉज दिस इज द मेन पार्ट. Without JVM, your application is not going to execute on that machine. ठीक है, उस मशीन के ऊपर आपका JVM के बिना एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा. That is why JVM is most important part of the JRE. ठीक है, that is Java runtime environment. Runtime environment है, runtime. That means it will be using for running purpose, executing purpose. ठीक है, so JVM, Java virtual machine. So once the compiler compiles the application, तो मैं आपको एक, ठीक है, that we will see later. So compiler, as I said, Java is compiled and interpreted language. Okay, so Java first compiles the application. .java is the extension for that. .java फाइल होगा, उसका compilation होगा. कंपाइलेशन होने के बाद आपका डॉट क्लास फाइल क्रिएट होता है. ठीक है, कोई भी एप्लीकेशन में जो भी सोर्स कोड है आपका आप .java फाइल में लिखते हो, उसको कंपाइल करने के बाद डॉट क्लास फाइल क्रिएट होता है. एंड आफ्टर कंपाइलेशन दिस .java फाइल से जो भी कंपाइलर जनरेट करता है डॉट क्लास फाइल, दैट डॉट क्लास फाइल इज गिवन input to the class loader subsystem. That is nothing but that dot class file comes to your JVM. So जब भी आपको प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंसी करना है, राइट वंस रन एनीवेयर करना है, that means you can simply give this dot class file on any other machine. ठीक है, ये डॉट क्लास फाइल आप दूसरी किसी भी मशीन के ऊपर दे सकते हो. सपोज एज आई सेड कि मेरा विंडोज प्लेटफॉर्म है, ठीक है। तो मैंने एक फाइल क्रिएट किया, दैट इज डॉट जावा फाइल है मेरा, ठीक है। सो इस डॉट जावा फाइल से मैंने एप्लीकेशन कंपाइल करके डॉट क्लास फाइल जो है जनरेट हो गया। तो ये डॉट क्लास फाइल जो है वो मैंने आपको दिया, एंड सपोज यू हैव डिफरेंट, नो, सो इफ, सॉरी फिर से बताती हूँ, लिटिल बिट डिस्टर्बेंस। सो डॉट जावा फाइल मैंने एक डेवलप किया है, मैंने उसको कंपाइल किया, आई एम गिविंग द डॉट क्लास फाइल टू यू, एंड यू हैव द डिफरेंट एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए यू हैव डिफरेंट ओएस, ठीक है। दैट मीन्स सपोज यू हैव लिनक्स, okay. So this dot class file, you can execute this dot class file on your Linux machine also, but you need to have the JVM for your system, right? That is JVM for Linux, right? So अगर आपके Linux सिस्टम पे JVM है, JRE है आपके Linux सिस्टम के बेसिस के ऊपर, then you can execute this dot class file given directly and the machine code will be generated, ठीक है। So once this dot class file is passed to the JVM, it will go through multiple or different stages, as you can see here. These are the different parts. So until it gets executed, ठीक है। जब तक ये execute होता है, आपको आउटपुट दिखता है, तब तक ये बहुत सारे स्टेजेस से different parts से जाता है, ठीक है। What is the input for the JVM? It is always the dot class file, which is a compiled version, ठीक है। Then what will be the output of this JVM? It is nothing but your machine code or output which is on your system you are always looking at, ठीक है। तो आपका आउटपुट सिस्टम का वही होगा जो आपको दिखेगा, बट जब हम एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं तो ये अलग अलग पार्ट से जाता है। सो फर्स्ट पार्ट इज नथिंग बट योर क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम, ठीक है। तो क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम में एग्जैक्टली होता क्या है? क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम class loader subsystem has three different or main subparts. First one is loading, second one is linking, and third one is initialization. Loading, as the name suggests, it is going to load something, right? Second one is linking, as the name suggests, it is going to link something. And initialization, what is initialization? That we will see. The loading, there are three different types of loader. Once the class file comes to the class loader subsystem, there are three different types of loaders: bootstrap class loader, extension class loader, and application class loader, ठीक है। So loading क्या करता है exactly इन parts को और इस class file को, वो हम देख रहे हैं। So Java's dynamic class loading functionality is handled by this class loader subsystem, ठीक है। ये लोड करेगा, लिंक करेगा एंड इनिशियलाइज करेगा। क्या क्या होता है बेसिकली? सो फर्स्ट टाइम whenever your application executes, the first time at a run time, compile time पे नहीं, ठीक है, compilation is done previous to the dot class file creation, ठीक है। जब compilation होता है तब आपका dot class file created रहता है। So we are using this after the compilation when you are executing your application, that is your class loader subsystem comes, ठीक है। The first time when you are executing this application, the first step is loading. Loading has three different paths: bootstrap class loader, extension class loader, and application class loader. So these are nothing but different paths in your installation, ठीक है। आपके इंस्टॉलेशन में अलग अलग पाथ रहते हैं, इन पाथ्स को हम तीन अलग अलग क्लास लोडर में डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं। एंड फर्स्ट वन इज बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर। सो बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर क्या है? जेडीके का जो आपका इंस्टॉल लाइब्रेरी है, ठीक है, which has a JRE and the lib folder, ठीक है. In that lib folder all the jar files are there, you can go there and check. So this all jar files are there. This is known as the bootstrap class path. Okay, this is known as the bootstrap class path, and it is nothing but rt.jar. Maybe now it will be different. Okay, so first all the .jar files from this particular class path gets loaded into your system. Okay, so I will try to open that. One second. Let me check my installation first. You can go to your, अगर आपका system विंडोज का है तो आप प्रोग्राम फाइल्स में जाके जावा का फोल्डर होगा, वहां पे जाके ओपन कर सकते हो. So this is the basic program files at Java installation folder, the JDK version, whatever you have installed. Okay, it has the bin folder, connect folder, include JMODs and lib. So we will go to here, lib. Sorry. Okay, so this is your JDK folder. JDK has it does not contains any JRE because I have changed the JREs. तो आपका JRE रहेगा वहां पे, मेरा JRE अलग है, ठीक है. So JRE has this lib folder and there are lot of jar files. You can see here .jar, .jar. So all these .jar files are installed. So this is the rt.jar, which is executable jar file. This is nothing but your first bootstrap class loader. Okay, so this bootstrap class loader loads this rt.jar into your JVM. Okay, so सबसे पहले first preference is given to this rt.jar file, that is a bootstrap class loader. Okay, so it is loading all the classes from this class path, that is nothing but your JRE has the lib folder, and from that all the .jar files. But highest priority will be given to this rt.jar file. Okay, so it contains basically different classes which are required to do the next steps like execution, machine code conversion will be done. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए आपको ये फाइल फोल्डर्स जो भी हमने यहाँ पे लिखा है पाथ, वहां से लोड करना जरूरी होता है JVM में. okay? Second class loader is extension class loader. It is responsible for loading the classes which are inside this path, which are JDK, JRE, lib, ext folder, and वहां से हम all dart class files देखेंगे. So here program files Java JRE. Lib itself, ठीक है. From here, the ext folder is there. Okay, in the JRE lib folder, ext folder is there. Once you open it, you can see here all the .jar files. So ये .jar files, .jar आपने कभी zip किया है, right? So zip जब आप करते हो एप्लीकेशन, मतलब आपका कोई भी फाइल्स आपको शेयर करने हैं तो हम zip करते हैं. So it is nothing but that itself. So जो हम zip करते हैं, ठीक है, वैसे ही जावा में आपके डॉट क्लास फाइल्स हम स्टोर करते हैं, उसको हम जार फाइल्स, इट इज नथिंग बट जावा आर्चिव. ठीक है, जैसे हम जिप करते हैं कोई भी फाइल्स को, मल्टीपल फाइल्स को एक जिप फाइल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, मतलब ग्रुप करते हैं, राइट. वैसे ही सारे डॉट क्लास फाइल्स को अगर हमने मल्टीपल डॉट क्लास फाइल्स को ग्रुपिंग किया तो उस फाइल को हम जार फाइल कहते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज नथिंग बट जावा आर्चिव. सो ये सारे जो जार फाइल्स है आर नथिंग, इट कंटेन्स मल्टीपल जार फाइल्स. ठीक है, सो ये मल्टीपल डॉट क्लास फाइल्स, तो डॉट क्लास फाइल्स इन सारे जार्स में रहता है, एंड ये ext फोल्डर से जो भी ये डॉट
वो
क्लासेस,
सही है, ये जो ट्रेनिंग सेशन चल रहा है ना, इसमें मतलब मैं विजिबल नहीं भी रहा तो चलता है।
नहीं उसमें आप विजिबल कैसे करोगे? यू कैन सी हियर इट इज एग्जीक्यूटेबल जार फाइल।
ऑलरेडी आई नो, चीजें मुझे पता है।
नहीं मुझे समझ में नहीं आया एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू वांट टू आस्क।
यार फॉलो की मीटिंग के अंदर है।
व्हाट?
मैं भी हूँ, बस 100 लोग नजर नहीं आ रहे हैं।
क्या
जो
नजर?
मेन जो मीटिंग ले रहा है वही नजर, बाकी सब ऑडियो से।
ऐसे कैसे? आपको स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है? इज माई स्क्रीन विजिबल और नॉट? It's visible now. It is visible, right? So everyone is able to see what I am showing you, right? Okay. So आपको सिर्फ ऑडियो कैसे आ रहा है? What is your name exactly? You have not renamed yourself also. What is your name? Yeah, Aditya has given you some response. Check. Okay. So these all .jar files are nothing, contains multiple dot class files. Okay. So this gets loaded into your JVM. That is nothing but the extension class loader. ये work कैसे होता है? That we will see in the next part. Application class loader is responsible for loading application level class path. That is nothing but the when we are going to develop our application, जब आप आपका एप्लीकेशन एग्जीक्यूट करते हो तो वो पाथ रहता है आपका एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर में। ठीक है, ये तो बाय डिफॉल्ट जावा में आपने जो भी इंस्टॉलेशन किया है उसके साथ ये दोनों क्लास पाथ्स आते हैं, एंड ये दोनों क्लास पाथ्स जो भी डॉट क्लास फाइल्स है वो लोड होते हैं। इट इज प्री डिफाइंड पार्ट यू कैन से। ठीक है, इट इज ऑलरेडी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द JVM में लोड करने के लिए, इट इज ऑलरेडी प्रोवाइडेड इन द JRE सिस्टम। ठीक है, द एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर वर्क्स to based on the class path which we are going to develop our application। ठीक है, so जो भी आपका एप्लीकेशन क्लास लेवल का क्लास पाथ रहेगा उस पे एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर वर्क करेगा। So this class loaders will follow one hierarchy algorithm, that is nothing but the delegation hierarchy algorithm to load the classes। ठीक है, क्लास फाइल्स कैसे लोड होते हैं उसको डेलीगेशन हायरार्ची एल्गोरिथम बोलते हैं। ठीक है, सो बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर, extension class loader and application class loader, how it will work, that is nothing but the delegation hierarchy algorithm। so सबसे पहले आपका डॉट क्लास फाइल्स आएगा सब क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम को। ओके, सो क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम हैज द डॉट क्लास फाइल एज अ इनपुट। ठीक है, डॉट क्लास फाइल, सो जो भी आप डॉट क्लास फाइल देख रहे हो दैट डॉट क्लास फाइल रिक्वेस्ट फर्स्ट the application class loader। ठीक है, first request goes to the application class loader। so application class loader searches in the class path, that is nothing but your environment variable class path। if that class file is available there, okay, it will get loaded into your JVM। अगर क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम सबसे पहले एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर को फाइल सर्च करने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करता है, तो ये फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर कहाँ पे फाइल सर्च करेगा? आपका एप्लीकेशन क्लास पाथ जो है दैट इज एनवायरमेंट वेरिएबल से जो हमने सेट किया है, नथिंग बट अभी जो हमने देखा JDK इंस्टॉलेशन पाथ, दैट इज C प्रोग्राम फाइल्स जावा, ठीक है, JRE एंड JDK। सो वो दिस इज नथिंग बट आवर एप्लीकेशन लेवल क्लास पाथ। ठीक है, जो भी आपका एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करने के लिए क्रिएट करना पड़ता है, that you need to store it into the JDK bin folder। okay, that you need to store it into JDK bin folder। अगर हम प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब मैं बताती हूँ। तो इस पाथ में सबसे पहले आपका एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर सर्च करेगा। क्या सर्च करेगा? जो क्लास फाइल यहाँ पे आई थी, ये क्लास फाइल इस एप्लीकेशन पाथ में प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं। ओके, सॉरी, एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर पहले नहीं करेगा। एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर डेलीगेट करेगा वो रिक्वेस्ट एक्सटेंशन क्लास लोडर को। एक्सटेंशन क्लास लोडर डेलीगेट करेगा बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर को। सबसे पहले बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर सर्च करेगा उसके क्लास पाथ फाइल में। दैट इज नथिंग बट बूटस्ट्रैप क्लास लोडर firstly searches the dot class file is present in the bootstrap class path or not. ठीक है, if it doesn't get that file into this particular class path, it will again delegate that request to the extension class loader. Extension class loader searches in their class path file, okay, all the classes, class files, okay, in the ext folder. If it doesn't available there also, then it will go to the again delegated to the application class loader, and lastly it is searched here. If it is not there into this, then the dot class file is converted into the machine code. ठीक है, तो ही वो होता है। पहले तो आपके पास जब भी फर्स्ट टाइम आप एग्जीक्यूट करते हो एप्लीकेशन को, तो वो डॉट क्लास फाइल जनरेट होता है। तो पहली बार वो सर्च करता है इन सारे अलग अलग क्लास लोडर के थ्रू। ठीक है, सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन वन मोर टाइम। वी आर पासिंग द dot class file to this particular class loader subsystem. So first step we are going to see the loading of the classes. Okay, so first how it will get loaded? It uses the delegation hierarchy algorithm. Delegation hierarchy algorithm is nothing but class loader subsystem request application class loader. Application class loader delegates that request to the extension class loader. Extension class loader delegates that request to the bootstrap class loader. Okay, so bootstrap class loader first searches that particular dot class file into bootstrap class file. मतलब वो dot class file already present है कि नहीं। ठीक है, अगर वो dot class file इस class path पे present है तो वो load हो जाएगी। If it doesn't found it here, then it will again delegate that request to the extension class loader. So extension class loader has the path ext folder path, right? So it will then search that class file is present here in this class path or not. If it is available, then it will get loaded. If not, then it will again delegate that request to the application class loader. Application class loader searches that particular dot class file into the application class path. Okay, that is nothing but the JDK installed path, you can say. Okay, if it is available here, then it will get loaded. If not, then it will create one file. ठीक है, तो ये है आपका delegation hierarchy algorithm, which has three different class loader subparts. First one is bootstrap class loader, extension class loader, and application class loader. Understood till here? Anyone has any doubt? Okay, so as per the previous diagram, okay, you can now say that application class loader is the child of extension class loader, and extension class loader is a child of bootstrap class loader. तो bootstrap class loader आपका main है, जो parent है, ठीक है, ये उसका child है and ये उसका child है. That is why bootstrap class loader में सबसे पहले आपका file search होगा, then the extension class loader में search होगा, and if it is not available, then application class loader में search होगा. ठीक है, so loading is nothing but क्या होता है, ये तो हमने देखा delegation algorithm. That is, we have seen what are the different sub parts of delegation algorithm. But what exactly this class file loads? What exactly this class file loads? So when this class file comes as a input, it have to generate binary code based on your class file, right? Or you can say machine code conversion, right? Because as we have seen, why we need any programming language? To communicate with the computer, right? So computer understand only binary code or machine code, we can say, right? So जो भी dot class file है, we have to first convert it into binary code, right? Then only we will get whatever the output we want. Otherwise, we will not get it, right? So this class loader reads this dot class file and generate the corresponding machine code or binary code. Okay? This is the main part. क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम करता क्या है? तो बाइनरी कोड कन्वर्जन होता है डॉट क्लास फाइल से एंड सेव दिस मशीन कोड इनटू dot class file. For each dot class file that will get saved, the different part is, yes, source code, binary code. My binary code is nothing but itself you can save machine code. ठीक है, binary code is nothing but the machine code. Binary code is into 0-1 format, and that is understandable by the machine. That is why we say it as binary code or machine code. Okay? So that binary code or binary data is saved into method area. तो वो हम next part जो है उसमें देखेंगे. That is class loader subsystem, and second part is आपका JVM का जो है उसमें देखेंगे. यो ठीक है. So there is a method area, stack area वगैरह, ये रन टाइम डेटा एरिया है, इसमें डेटा आपका या बाइनरी कोड जो है वो सेव होता है. That we will see in the next part. ठीक है. तो exactly what we are going to store into that method area. Okay, I will explain that method area part later itself. First, we will complete this class loader subsystem. Okay, so class loader subsystem is responsible to convert dot class file into or generate its equivalent or required bytecode conversion. Okay, so class loader subsystem is responsible for 3 activities: loading, linking, and initialization. 3 parts है. Class loader reads the dot class file and generate its corresponding binary code or machine code and save it into method area. Method area में क्या store होता है, that we will see into next part. जब हम पढ़ेंगे तब मैं बताती हूँ. It has 3 different subparts. Bootstrap class loader, that is nothing but JRE has lib folder and it contains all .jar files. ठीक है. Highest priority will be given to the rt.jar. ठीक है. Extension class loader is a child of Bootstrap class loader. Bootstrap class loader is nothing but the libext folder. It contains all the jar files or class files that will be loaded into memory. ठीक है. And third one is the application class loader. It is nothing but upper application level class path. Okay, so the application class loader is class of child of extension class loader. It follows the delegation hierarchy algorithm. Bootstrap class loader is parent, extension class loader is child of it, and application class loader is again child of extension class loader. Okay, so internally, whatever your current directory, working directory, जब हम application develop करेंगे तब मैं बताती हूँ. तो that is present as a application class path. Okay, internally it uses environment variables. अभी environment variable set करने की जरूरत नहीं होती है, but पहले होती थी. When we were doing programming previously using Java, we have to develop the environment variables and then only you will be able to execute the Java applications. But nowadays it is not required. You can directly execute the applications. Okay. So environment variables का जो भी path है, जो भी हम variables set करते हैं, that is nothing but Java का installation path रहता है, and that is आपका application class path रहेगा. So Bootstrap class loader सबका पेरेंट है. ये तो यहाँ तक हमने रिवाइज किया. ठीक है. सो जो मैंने डेलीगेशन एल्गोरिथम एक्सप्लेन किया, आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट वन मोर टाइम. अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो आप बताओ. So whenever JVM comes across any particular class, okay, then first it will check whether that class is already loaded, ठीक है, already loaded or not. अगर वो क्लास हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है तो वो वही यूज करेगा, अगर नहीं है तो ही वो मशीन कोड कन्वर्जन करेगा, ठीक है, लोड करेगा, अदरवाइज नहीं. So whenever JVM comes across any particular class, then it first will check whether the corresponding class is already loaded or not. If it is loaded, then JVM will use that loaded class. If it is not loaded, then JVM request class loader subsystem to hand over the request, ठीक है, class loader subsystem to load that particular class. So सबसे पहले आपका रिक्वेस्ट आएगा क्लास लोडर सबसिस्टम के थ्रू एप्लीकेशन क्लास लोडर के पास. So first request comes to the application class loader. The application class loader delegates that request to the extension class loader. Extension class loader delegates that request to the bootstrap class loader. ठीक है. So when the request delegated to bootstrap class loader, it searches into the bootstrap class for the required class .class file. If that .class file is available, it will be loaded. If not, okay, otherwise this bootstrap class loader delegates the request again to the extension class loader. Extension class loader searches that .class file here in the ext folder, that is extension class path. If it is available, then it will get loaded. If it is not, then again the extension class loader delegates that request to the application class loader. Okay, so same process to search the class in application level class path. If that .class file is available, it will be loaded. Otherwise, we will get, this is important, अगर class file है ही नहीं, then we will get runtime exception. Okay. The runtime exception, that is class not found exception. Class not found exception. ठीक है, अगर आपके पास डॉट क्लास फाइल क्रिएटेड ही नहीं है, then we will get this class not found exception, or you can say no definition, class definition found exception. तो डॉट क्लास फाइल होना बहुत जरूरी है, आइदर इन दिस 3 पाथ में कहीं पे तो डॉट क्लास फाइल होना जरूरी है. अगर ये डॉट क्लास फाइल अवेलेबल ही नहीं है तो वो लोड नहीं होगा एंड हमें ये नो क्लास फाउंड एक्सेप्शन, नो क्लास डेफिनेशन फाउंड एक्सेप्शन में गेट अपर. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट step of class loader subsystem, that is loading of a class. Understood loading of a class, right? Shall we go ahead? Second sub part of the class loader subsystem is linking. Linking has 3 different subparts: verify, prepare, and resolve. Okay, verify, prepare, and resolve. That is verification, preparation, and resolution. तो exactly linking में क्या होता है? Once this file is get loaded, dot class file load हो गई, उसके बाद linking होता है. तो what is points will be done, or what it follows, that we will see. Linking has 3 parts: verify, prepare, and resolve. So what to verify? Whatever the class file comes as a byte file, right? So why bytecode verifier will verify that generated bytecode, that is nothing but binary code, machine code, ठीक है, is proper or not. डॉट क्लास फाइल जो हमारे क्रिएट हुई है, जो यहाँ पे लोड हुई, उसको वो वेरीफाई करेगा. Who verifies that? The bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier verifies the generated bytecode whether it is proper or not, If verification fails, it will be giving you an verification error. Okay, that is verify error. Once this activity is completed, then the dot class file is ready for compilation. Okay, after verification, the file is ready for compilation. Okay, then prepare. Second step is prepare. What to prepare? JVM allocates the memory, okay, for all static variables and assign default values to it. Okay, so memory static variables, memory will be allocated, assigned with default values. That is nothing but the preparation. So जो भी dot class file में हमने program में लिखा है, उसमें से जो भी variables है, तो static variables के लिए memory allocation will be done here in the linking prepare step. Third one is the resolution. It is the process of replacing symbolic references, okay, symbolic memory references with direct references, original references from method area. What is that exactly? तो वो हम execution के time देखते हैं, ठीक है? अभी आपको इतना exact समझ में नहीं आएगा. Symbolic memory references will be replaced by the original references from method area. ठीक है? So this is the resolution part. It is done by searching into method area and locate the referenced entity. So सबसे पहले method area में search operation होगा. जो भी entity है उसको match मिला, referenced entity जो है उसको match मिला, तो ही वो यहाँ पे link होगा. Okay? Third and the last step of this particular subclass loader system, that is initialization. ठीक है, loading हमने देखा, linking देखा. Linking has three parts: verify, prepare and resolve. Last one is the initialization. Initialization, what is initialization? So initialization is nothing but the final phase of class loading, and all static variables will be assigned original values and static block will be executed. तो ये static variables related initialization part होता है. Static block will get executed here in the initialization step of class loader subsystem. ठीक है? You can see here static variables are assigned with the original values. Here we are getting the memory gets allocated and the default values will be set. ठीक है? Preparation में memory allocation होगा static के लिए and उसको default values set किए जाएंगे. Actual values जो हमने दिए होंगे वो आपके initialization step में store होंगे. ठीक है? So this is initialization part and the last part of your class loader subsystem. Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Clear the class loader subsystem of JVM architecture. Linking, okay. Anyone has any doubt? Initialization and loading, we have revised loading also. अगर loading में कोई doubt है तो पूछ लो, ठीक है? After loading of the dot class file, next step is linking. ठीक है? What to link, how to link? It contains three different parts: verify, prepare and resolve. ठीक है? So linking, first is verify. Verify, what to verify? Whatever the dot class file is gets created, जो हमने अभी load किया है JVM में, that bytecode verifier only verifies this generated bytecode is correct or not. ठीक है? That is nothing but the verify step. It is ensuring the corresponding or correctness of the dot class file. डॉट क्लास फाइल जो भी जनरेट हुआ है, जो लोड हमने अभी किया, वो करेक्टेड है कि नहीं, करेक्ट फॉर्मेट में है कि नहीं. हु वेरीफाइज इट? बाइट कोड वेरीफायर वेरीफाइज इट. ठीक है? once it is done, if it is not proper, if it is fails, then it will give you verify error. This activity is completed, then the class file is ready for कंपाइलेशन, ठीक है, कंपाइलेशन के लिए रेडी रहेगा. नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज प्रिपेयर. व्हाट टू प्रिपेयर? So whatever the data we have stored, whatever the data we are stored into this, matlab static variables we have stored here into the dot class file. जब भी हम प्रोग्राम करते हैं तब अगर हमने static variables लिखे हैं, then the prepare step allocates the memory for the static variables and store the default values to it, or assign the default values to those static variables. ठीक है, then ये कैसे होगा? Searching into the method area. ठीक है, sorry, resolution में होगा आपका searching into the method area. Whatever the referenced entities are there into the method area, that will be replaced with the original ones. ठीक है, so it is a process of replacing symbolic references from type with direct references. ठीक है, ओरिजिनल रेफरेंसेस से रिप्लेस करना है इनटू द रिजोल्यूशन. ये जैसे कि मेथड कॉल हम करते हैं, ठीक है. सो एक्चुअली व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन वी कॉल अ मेथड, internally it will resolve that particular method call with copying the actual method body there. ठीक है, सो मेथड कॉल अब जब करेंगे तो एक्चुअल मेथड बॉडी जो है वो वहां पे डायरेक्ट रेफरेंस वहां पे कॉपी होगा. That is what the resolution step. Okay, and the last sub part of the class loader subsystem is initialization process. So what to initialize? Whatever the static variables you have stored into your class, the memory is already allocated to them into the prepare, right? So preparation step में already memory allocation हो गया है. That variables, all the static variables and static block gets executed. All the static variables are provided its original values. Whatever you have written into your program, those values are stored there for the or assigned to the static variables, and all the static blocks are executed in the initialization step. Clear? Class loader subsystem. Any doubt? क्लियर है? ये जब हम प्रोग्राम करेंगे तब आपको डिटेल में समझ में आएगा. ठीक है, वन बाय वन. जैसे कि स्टैटिक पार्ट जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो आपको स्टैटिक रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन समझ में आएगी. बट बिफोर गोइंग फॉरवर्ड यू मस्ट नो द JVM आर्किटेक्चर, डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द JVM आर्किटेक्चर, इंटरनली हाउ योर प्रोग्राम इज वर्किंग, हाउ योर प्रोग्राम इज स्टोरिंग, एग्जीक्यूटिंग, दैट यू मस्ट नो. ठीक है, क्लियर? किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो पूछ लो. Anyone has any doubt? No, that will be into the runtime data areas that we will see in the next part. Okay, so runtime data areas and the execution engine, next part we will be seeing into the next session, that is tomorrow's session. What initialization contains the variable initialization? Initialization step contains only the static variables initialization and static block execution. Okay, not class initialization, not variable initialization. Okay, variable initialization is there, but it is static variable initialization. Clear? You can see here, all static variables are assigned with the original values, and the static block gets executed in the initialization step of class loading subsystem. Okay. In instance variables ka allocation initialization will be done in next part that we will see tomorrow. Till here, anyone has any doubt? Clear hai sabko? अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो आप बाद में भी पूछ सकते हो, नो इशू, बट मेक श्योर दैट यू आर गोइंग learning this very clearly. Ma'am, how to take attendance? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So how to take attendance?
Sorry, come again.
Attendance.
Okay, I already marked the attendance. No. Class is over, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
What-
okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
We will continue with the next point tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those who have not installed the JDK, please install it, as well as I will tell you to install the Eclipse also. Okay, install the Eclipse for practical purpose. Those who have not installed, please install the JDK as well as Eclipse. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you guys for the job.